everybody. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. You're on S3. It's time to talk about Tech Talk and all about these apps that we've been using to get out there and put yourself out there. And our apps have really changed the way that we date, but now we have ways to plan and find our dates too. Now, all by using the apps right on our smartphone. Grant Hinds is joining us for a review of some top apps to use this Valentine's Day. And who better, because that is where you and Amble started. And look at you guys now.
Which platform worked for you?
Hinge.
Hinge.
Yeah.
You know what? I've had a good experience with Hinge, but you're the expert here. Tell us, where do we begin?
Okay, so I'm going to go through the whole process. This is, for those of you at home, this is not just about finding a date, it's also about making sure the partner, your life partner, can find a really good time on Valentine's Day. So the first app, if you're looking for a partner, I highly recommend Hinge. We all hear about Tinder. Obviously, it's in the Tinder swindle. It's all in the news and trending on Twitter. But Hinge is one of those apps that is more text-driven than it is photo-driven. So you have to spend a little bit more time setting up your profile, but then people get to know you a little bit more and see if your passions and interests align, other than wasting your time on Tinder and then going to meet up with somebody for coffee and then realizing, oh, you know, only they said that they were into fishing. I couldn't be bothered. Oh, hike. Or you know what my favorite is? Vino and chocolate. If you like vino and chocolate, you're a human being. So if you have that in your profile, change it. Be more interesting. And Hinge allows you to, if you're not a creative person, it'll pull that from you. So that's if you're looking for a good date. And we've obviously had good experiences. I've met Amble through it. So really excited. Then this next one is inspired by looking for a date for Valentine's Day with Amble. So if you are like kind of at a loggerheads and you're just at a dead end, cul-de-sac, trying to work out what you should do, I highly recommend trying TripAdvisor. And I know you see it everywhere on like restaurants, and it's all the restaurants nag you to review them. And you know, I avoid downloading it for that particular reason. But I downloaded it to find out what we were going to do on the 14th. And I find out that there's a ranking of all the restaurants. Sorry?
Babysit?
Oh, my mom's got that on. My mom's got the babysit. But there's a ranking of all the restaurants in your town, like from 1 all the way through to, you know, whatever ranking it is. So you can then treat your partner to something special and know exactly where they are. So for Amble's birthday, I took her out to a restaurant which I was told by a friend was good, and it was terrible.
Oh,
it ended up being a sports bar. They started playing loud dance music. It was, and if only I had used TripAdvisor, I would have like mitigated that. Okay. So I highly recommend doing that. The other one with restaurants in mind is Zomato. Zomato is also reviewed locally. You know, if you want to see what a restaurant's score is to that particular region, you'll find that some places don't have TripAdvisor, but they will have Zomato. So that way you've got all your bases covered and you know exactly what you want to eat. One of the big benefits of Zomato is that there's a menu option. So you can go through to Zomato, and I think in some restaurants you can book as well. So you can see what you want to eat beforehand. If you've got any dietary requirements or your partner's got any dietary requirements, you can beat that. If you pick up somebody on Hinge for a date and they say they're vegan, and then you've thought about them and you go like, don't worry, I got a good place for you. They're like, whoa, this guy's really impressive. That's you know, points in your book.
And works at the budget, because now you know what you're going to be spending on like your starter and if there's any
exactly.
I love the Zomato because I mean they rate the restaurants just like Rotten Tomato rates movies, so there's a little connection.
And then lastly, if you are kind of sick of going to restaurants and wanting to eat food and you want to do some experiences, not many people know this, but Airbnb has got something called Airbnb experiences on it. So instead of booking a place to stay, which a lot of people think because the name is Airbnb, right? You can book an experience. So either yoga on the beach or a guided tour up Table Mountain, or quad biking. There's just a whole bunch of things that local providers. We booked a Cape Malay curry course in Boerkaap through Airbnb experiences. You know, and it's if you're running out of ideas and you need inspiration, it's great to go through that and check it out. And then you're helping support local business and booking people. Remember, there aren't a lot of international customers coming down, so a lot of local entrepreneurs are using Airbnb experiences to make some extra money, and you can get a really authentic, like exciting experience that's unique, that'll put some brownie points in your book.
No, also read this. Wait, I need to tell you guys this. So I saw this meme the other day. It's like you need to go to Woolies after 5 o'clock every single day because single men is buying their like pre-packaged food. So if you go to Woolies after 5 o'clock, that is also how you pick up a guy. That is a top tip for everyone.
You must look at their basket. If they're buying groceries for one, it means they're single.
That's exactly where you'll find myself and Zoe for Valentine's.
Before Valentine's Day, so they can take us out on Valentine's Day,
Using
Jamie.
the motto. Well, it looks like we have all the help we need to find and plan the perfect date this Valentine's Day, or at least provide you with options. But remember, be safe, but put yourself out there and hopefully you will find love.
I'll see you at Woolies.